This video was brought to you by Patreon. Hey you, how's it going? My name is Ruby Price and welcome to a week ago. So I've already edited today's a week ago, which is good. For once I've actually edited it on a Sunday. I just, nothing was gonna happen and I had some free time and I was alright, cool. Video's done. Cool. Now I can actually appreciate the bank holiday. I was gonna do a Monday Night Ruubez tonight, but no, next week, so the day that this goes out. Okay, I've got a question for you. If you were wearing the Lion King socks, what pattern would you expect to be on them? Because I'm wearing the Lion King socks and they've got leopard print. It's a question for the ages. So I have been playing some Animal Crossing, replied to some emails and messages that I neglected for want of a better term. I've started putting my Animal Crossing customs designs out. They are on my Instagram story. There is a highlight, but if you want to see the kind of things that I have been making, here's a couple. Yeah. If you do play Animal Crossing, it would be really cool to see what anyone does with those designs if you decide to take them from me. Well, if you decide to download them. Yeah. So the Portugal episodes of the Grid Talk podcast have been doing rather well. All that with no social media boost, so yeah, that's a good thing. If you did listen to any of those, thank you very much. You're a legend. I've got the Spanish Grand Prix this weekend, so I'm doing the race review. So my original intention for today was get up and do stuff, but I slept in until 10:30. Yeah. I did not want this week to turn out like last week. Several hours later, I'm not having a good day, so I'm just gonna say I'll see you tomorrow. Please. I don't want to have to be thinking about, oh, I need to keep vlogging today, so I'll see you tomorrow for hopefully what should be a better day. But, just to let you know, at least some good news today, I have a job interview on Thursday for one of the things that I did some virtual applications for the other week. So here we go. I do actually feel a lot better compared to yesterday. I mean, I know I've only just woken up, I'm still in bed for God's sake, but yeah. We ended up playing the Commander format of Magic the Gathering last night. Beth made an order from a shop, so I ended up with 5 pre-constructed Commander decks, and yeah, it's an interesting format. Ian wiped the floor with everybody. Yeah, but it was fun. It's very different, because your cards are a lot more powerful. Okay, so I did 3k of rowing after a week and a half of not doing anything. Just had to get my 3k in, otherwise there's no way I was ever going to go back to it. But now that's done, I've got a Backseat Mafia thing to do, and I've also got some job stuff to do. Yeah. Okay, so the session that I'm editing is for a band called Peaked Jacks, and they fucking groove. This song is fucking fantastic. I wholly recommend listening to Peaked Jacks' Golden Mine. So I've got a job interview today. I'm going for interview vibes, obviously. Yeah, I've had this a long time, but yeah, I bought it big, it seems. Also, it's probably the best thing I've got for the context that this interview's for, so yeah, I've been preparing for this one. Reed sent me a book that was like, oh, why you? And like so many interview questions that you'll never have to fear again. And I've been basically revising. Revising for an interview. Yeah, I know. But yeah, I just, if I can get this, that's half of my problem solved immediately. So yeah. Well, I feel like a proper div right now. I got to the interview location nice and early. I actually got there early enough to, it's in a retail park, so I just wandered around the shops. So then, you know, when it was about 10 minutes, I went in, got an interview, cool, take a seat, she'll be with you shortly. First question, you got your passport? And you had forgotten something. So I'm going back tomorrow now because they couldn't ask me any questions without seeing it first. Some company policy, which makes sense. I guess there's no point wasting time, you know, talking to someone for the length of time it takes to do an interview and then it turns out that they don't have the right to work in the UK. But still, that's not how you set a good first impression. And then whilst I was walking back, I got caught in a like 5-minute long hailstorm. So, yeah. But in other news, I contributed towards democracy today. The local elections and the mayoral elections for West Yorkshire. I obviously did not vote for the blue team. If you were eligible to vote, I really hope you did. And if you did, I hope that you didn't vote for the blue ones because, you know, literally anybody, with the exception of Reform UK, literally anybody has to be better than the party led by someone who was choosing £850 rolls of wallpaper instead of attending Cobra meetings and thought the best course of action in a pandemic was to let people catch it. So, I'm going back tomorrow. Right now, what I need is pyjamas, comfort and food. So I'm literally having chips and gravy in a bowl. Today's not my day. Hey, it's the best weekly wrestling show. Okay, interview day attempt 2. My passport's in my bag. I've also got a letter with my national insurance number on it. Granted, it's from 2014 and at a different address, but it's from HMRC and you can't really dispute that. But yeah, once I get back, I've got a couple of job applications to make. And other than that, I guess it's time to set off. Slowly. Hello, I'm back from my interview. It went really well. Everything's looking rather positive with that one. So, in other job stuff news that I've been doing, I have a PSA for employers. And this is based off a very, very recent, like literally an hour ago experience. If you insist on asking about a candidate's sex, don't ask for what their sex at birth was. I've just finished applying for a job and in the application, whilst it was asking for like my personal details and stuff, you know, name, age, date of birth, scrolls down and it says sex at birth, male or female. And then the question underneath it is gender preferred. So it's the two of these in combination as well that also causes the problem, but more specifically, it's asking for my sex at birth, which is completely irrelevant at this point. I've been on cross-sex hormones since 2015. The only thing that produces testosterone that's left in my body is my adrenal glands, which actually produces pretty much a smaller amount of testosterone than most cisgender women. My sex right now is not male. My passport says that I'm female by the sex marker. My driver's license says that I'm female. I don't know if that's a gender or not, I can't remember. But either way, no. Secondly, the other problem with this is the phrasing of gender preferred. Now my gender is female. That's not a preferred gender, that is my gender. They did provide an other option under gender, but still male, female, other for gender preferred is not the way to be going. Just get rid of the preferred. The preferred is the thing that's causing the problem here. So yeah, the two problems we've had with this job application. Sex at birth, literally just remove those last two words. If you'd ask me my sex, I would say female. If you ask me my sex at birth, I have to say male and therefore out myself to people who I've never met before and have no right to know what my sex at birth was. And to gender preferred, just have gender. Or better yet, get rid of sex entirely from this conversation. I'm applying to a job, I'm not applying for medical research. That's one of my experiences today. How are you doing? But yeah, going back to that first point about the job interview I had today, it went really well, especially considering how badly yesterday went. Yeah. We had a laugh. I mentioned that I got caught in a hailstorm, which I wouldn't have done if the job interview had actually taken place. Also, I haven't even looked at the results of the local elections and the mayoral elections from yesterday. The one thing I've seen, I expected, but just hammers home how fucking ridiculous the state of politics in the UK is at the minute. But anyway, I realised earlier that we're in the end game now for a week ago series 2. I only do like a year-long series, I don't do longer than that. That's not to say that a week ago won't return, because like I say, this is a week ago series 2. But I think this is week 47. It will end on week 52. Yeah. What I am hoping is that I can replace a week ago with new videos, basically. And I will obviously still have live streams going on, which I think that should combat the drop in watch time that will come from me ending, you know, a series like this, given this has been the thing that's propped my YouTube channel up for the last year. But what it also means that a week ago is in its endgame is that we've nearly lived in this house now for a year, because I started vlogging the week we moved in. You know, that's crazy. We've been in this house for nearly a year. And we've still not even had a housewarming. The problem with Ian getting me into magic is that now everyone in the house is into magic.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll take this one. Wait, I think I'll take this one.
Well, decide, woman. She just beat me, by the way. It was a very good win.
It was a good win.
I might as well just call this bedroom and kitchen vlogs, to be honest, but yeah, happy Saturday. Today I'm seeing some friends, some of which don't like being on camera, so I don't know what vlogging is going to be like today. So I guess I'll see you in my kitchen later on. See, at least I'm aware of how it's going. Well, at least this time you get to see me before I leave the house, and how I look. Yeah. Because when I left to go to that job interview yesterday, I did not look anywhere near as good by the time I got to the job interview. It was very, very windy. And right now it's very, very rainy. So it's Parker weather. It was dry when we organised this. It was sunny when we organised this. So I just got back. I don't know about you, but I've had a really good day. So I hope whatever you've got up to today, you have at least had a good day. Yeah, seeing two friends who I don't get to see that often because of circumstances. So, yeah. I've had some good food and some very nice drinks. But I tell you what, I have certainly got my exercise in the last couple of days. You know, I've done so much walking over the last 3, and I obviously did my rowing the other day. Yeah. Next week it's primarily going to be rowing rather than walking places, but yeah, I hope I can continue the trend next week. After all the walking I did over the last couple of days, everything below my hips aches. Oh, and I feel like shit. So I was supposed to be doing the Grid Talk F1 podcast today, but when I woke up I felt I was not feeling, you know, well. I was dizzy and everything else. I've had food, water, etc, etc, you know. But yeah, Spanish Grand Prix, Lewis is on pole. I think it should be at least interesting. Something should go on, even if it's not the front. The race started with Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas. The race finished with Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas, but that was not a boring race. I imagine Reddit's gonna say that it was, but, you know, sometimes I don't think Reddit could tell its arse from its, well, anything else. Good race from Lewis. F1 need to do something about Nikita Mazepin. They should have done something about him before now anyway, but this is 2 races in a row where he's held up the lead driver. It could have been a very different race if he knew what blue flags were, but I think the only flag he, you know, recognises also has white and fuchsia on it, so yeah. But yeah, I'm still not feeling 100%, so I think for the sake of it, I'm going to call it here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do all that generic YouTube stuff, like, share, comment, subscribe, etc, etc. As always, I've been Ruby Price, and I shall see you a week ago. Adios. Bye.